You seem the kind, reasonable sort. I would beg a favor. I'd like your help searching for 2 girls, sisters, and still just children. They were seen heading for the gardens at the city's west, but haven't returned. It's my own fault. They came in asking after Spirit Hairpins. Oh, if you didn't know, those hairpins are all the rage these days. Part of what the girls are calling the Holy Trinity of fashion. Incredibly expensive, though. Anyway, I don't stock them here. But I told them they might find some in the gardens. The gardens are a dangerous place for children, you see. I'd hoped to scare them off the idea. I was a fool to assume. If you find them, please bring them home.
I've Petalhue in stock! Come and get the dye that brought color back to Florem! Today only, make it yours for just 1 million pig!
1 million? It can't be legal to charge that much for some dye!
But people are buying it. Have a look at that crowd.
Why not give it a try, Agnes? It's your chance to kick that plain Jane image for good.
Unacceptable.
That's my cue!
Thank you for saving us!
I take it you two are the little ones here in search of Spirit Hairpins? This place ill suits a pair of fair flower nymphs like you. Come, let's go home.
No! We really want hairpins, no matter what!
If we don't keep up with the trend, they'll make fun of us!
The hairpins are magic. Just putting one on makes you super pretty.
And they're so beautiful. You never ever want to take it off.
Thank you, but we're not giving up. Bye, mister!
Mister?
It's those sisters.
I'm scared. Hush! We just have to find a Flory and she'll give us hairpins.
Flory?
Our symbol, a spirit who tends the flowers and makes Florem prosper.
It has to be a Flory who makes the hairpins. That's why we've got to find one.
I'm not turning back, scary or no. Anyway, bye again, mister!
Well, I'll salute their bravery, if not their good sense.
It's beautiful.
It's a Flory!
There are a whole bunch.
Huh?
What?
Who are you? You, Mephilia. Idea? It's Idea! Filthy thing, toying with my sister's heart. What are you doing here? What am I doing? Isn't it obvious? I'm killing fairies, plucking their little fairy wings. How many has it been? I was counting, but then I stopped counting.
Stop it! That's mean! You can't!
Are you giving me an order? Only my sister gives orders. Only she. These fairies are incredibly important to Florem's people. How can you do this? We came all this way so a Flory would give us a hairpin. Why are you sad, child? The thing you seek is right here. Take their wings. What? Flory's wings? Oh, yes! That's what the hairpins are made of! The beautiful wings of the beautiful little fairies you worship. Torn from their little bodies while they make the most adorable screams. They glow, you know. For a brief moment, the wings glow, and then, never again, they cloud over, sullied forever. I can think of nothing so beautiful. It's quite addictive. Then it's your poaching that's behind this. All for what? Money? Has the Blood Rose Legion's purpose always been so pathetically base? You've always been this way, full of platitudes, happy lies. Always so pretty. So pretty you reek of rot and decay. Keep away, Idea. All humankind is dirty, a fine pack of filthy pigs. There is no real beauty, save my sister. All but her are tainted, impure. Have a look there, those innocent girls.
Hey! Let go! No, you! You already took two more than me!
Stop it, you two!
They seemed inseparable until a moment ago.
Is this your aim? Why are you doing this? A silly question. Playing with their love, corrupting it. It feels wonderful. Look at the little creatures. This is their true form. Their desire to shroud themselves in beauty only reveals the ugliness inside. And whence that desire? The very object of it. It's the wings. The spirit's wings secrete a curious substance, invisible to the eye, but to the nose. Each breath of it dulls the mind, stirs up desires, makes a person selfish and murderous. Those girls' fight won't end until one lies bleeding.
That's monstrous!
That girl with you, Idia. That is the Wind Vestal, is it not? Just how long do the two of you intend to feign trust? How long till the facades drop? What will it look like, I wonder? The moment all the little platitudes that hold you locked together start to crumble. Show me! Quickly! Quickly! Let me see your end.
Crystal's blessing!
Don't fall for me now.
Say goodbye!
Take my aid!
That killed me are stained in blood. Good. Knowing that I've sullied you is enough. But now I've seen something more beautiful even then. My sister. What are you? You. The boy. There.
Me?
Inside you. I see it. It's there. It isn't yours. Another soul inside.
What do you suppose she was trying to say?
The girls.
What of the sisters? No. Please. This can't.
I see. My negligence condemned them to a terrible fate. I shall do everything in my power to spread word of the Hairpin's dangers, to atone. I am sorry to have foisted this cruel task on you. Forgive me.
Isn't this hair color amazing? It was worth every peak I have, which is what it cost.
It brings color to the world around you, my dear. Perhaps you'll bring some to my world next.
Can't waste any time. Can't stop till I'm in fashion. Need a spirit hairpin. I need money.
Oh,
Did she seem a little crazed?
seems fashionability is status here. We'll start our trend research at the traders.
Why? What possible need have you to research the trends?
What sort of escort would I be to the ladies here if I were not abreast of their concerns?
Petalhue? The hair dye? Yes, it's the new craze. The girls of Florem revere it as part of the new holy trinity of fashion. Trouble is, and this is only a rumor, they say if you use it, it takes hold of you, eats your soul. No one knows what it's made of either. Sorry, but I'll not stock it. No, ma'am. The traveling merchant? I hear they come in from the east.
Enough sneaking around! Why are you following me?
We're not following anyone. We're just headed east to the woods.
Liar! You're out to spy on how the dye's made! Planning to cut in on my margin?
We were entranced, you see. The dye's beauty stole my breath away.
Oh, hello, handsome.
The names ring a bell. If you've the time, I'd love to get to know you and your product much better.
Well, I really shouldn't. It's a secret. But maybe if you promise not to tell. It's extracted from the marrow of giant snakes. Orochi, they're called. The girls of Florem worship them as gods, yet they're too busy playing dress-up to notice. The vain little monsters. Still, my organization appreciates their cooperation. That's our plan, see? The extract's full of Nidifix. It's an addictive hallucinogen. And they're scratching and clawing to get their hands on it. Florem won't last a month. Oh, but I really must be going. Can't keep Artemia waiting. I hope I'll see you again soon, though, ring a bell.
You're mad if you think I'm letting you just walk away.
What? Who are you? Ring a bell's girlfriend? Oh, you cad! You led me on!
First I'm going to retch, then I'm going to pummel you! The whole forest reeks of death.
These bodies, are these all woodland Orochi?
There are more that way, hung over tree branches. And over there, the sheer number of bodies is mind-boggling.
These creatures are revered as Florem's guardians, and now the forest stands at the edge of death. Who would do this?
Halt! Ranger Artemia.
Idea traitor! Traitors die!
Was it you who killed the Orochi? To make the dye?
Artemia hunt many Orochi!
And now you're poisoning human bodies and minds with the results. Has the Blood Rose Legion's purpose always been so pathetically base?
Artemia, obey! Only obey! Sister's orders, only truth!
Sister? You mean Einherja is complicit in this madness? That's not... She's a better woman than that. A noble woman!
Not for you to decide! Sister, not your possession!
I never said she was! I asked you whether Einherja truly ordered you to do this. And if she did, why did you just mindlessly obey? If she came to me, so obviously not herself, I'd have stopped her. By force if needed. You're her sister! You must have had the chance to dissuade her!
How Artemia live, not yours to say. How sister think, not yours to say. Artemia not tell sister how to think. How sister think, tell how Artemia live. Only sister tell how Artemia live.
That's no answer. You've just given up all thought. Become a puppet! Do you have any idea how many people are suffering for what you've done?
Don't care. Idia still tells sister how to live?
If what you've said is true, you and she and the whole Legion are black as pitch. I'll put a stop to this. Let me see Einherja. I'll talk sense to her.
Artemia, hunt. Hunt all prey. All in range. Artemia's prey.
Don't change the subject!
Nothing runs. Nothing escapes. As long as prey has pulse, keep firing. Never miss! Never!
Have you gone mad?
This isn't insanity. It's bloodlust. The girl's gone completely feral.
You, Idia, Ray.
What?
Ray, chase, hunt, Artemia, run, catch, thrill, hunger, heart, racing, fire, burn,
I'm bored of you!
Good luck!
Do not stand in my way!
enough!
Artemia. Pray. Sister.
It's made of what? And toxic, what's more? I'll work to spread the word. With luck, this lunacy will cease soon.